Hey, 935 KDAY, Noah at Night, Noah Ayala. This next man, I've actually got the pleasure to know over the last past couple of months. I know last year you were up here with Jermaine Dupri, and I see you making moves, man. We're talking to 24 hours.
What's going on,
What's up,
man?
brother?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, man, for coming up. I really appreciate it, man.
No doubt. I'm glad to be here.
So where does the 24-hour story start? Like, where are you from, first of all?
The world.
The world.
All over the world. I grew up in LA, San Diego, Atlanta, Texas, Japan, everywhere.
So you got a little bit of game from everywhere.
Yep.
Okay, military family, military kid.
Yes, sir.
What do you think? What have you taken from like each region that's kind of like inspired you a little bit? Like, if you got to say, like, from San Diego, LA, what have you taken?
I don't know. Like, well, I think West Coast. I just think smoking weed.
You ain't never lied. I'm about to smoke weed after this interview.
This side of the country, like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, it just depends in one aspect of life. Like, in music, I don't really know. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It just depends. Like, I did a lot of developmental years, like, you know what I'm saying, elementary school, stuff like that. Like, I went to elementary school in San Diego, and, like, I really can't remember too much about it. I just remember, you know what I'm saying, like, riding skateboards. I guess like, yeah, actually, like, my choice of genre of music back then, like, in middle school, like, everybody used to listen to rock, like, in punk rock and, like, Blink-182 and something.
I was part of that wave, yup.
You know, the black dude from POD used to live next door to me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he used to live next door to me. Me and his son went to school.
Oh,
together.
that's dope.
Yeah.
Because there's only a couple black rock dudes. Like, it was him, it was a dude from Seven Dust, and it was old boy Slash, who's like half black.
I just know that he used to enjoy me. But I don't know. I think as a younger me, moving around a lot, I didn't really like it too much, you know, because you always leave your friends and you leave everything that you got going on. But as a older me, it's like, wow, like, now I'm glad I was able to move around because I adapted to the South, I adapted to the West Coast, I adapted to overseas, like, and just, you know, anywhere I go, like, people in LA think I'm from LA. Like, well, how you got songs with YG and Ty and all these people love you? Like, I just, you know, like. Yeah,
because I see you all the time. Like, I thought you lived out here too, to be honest.
I do live out here.
Okay.
I live out here, but, like, you know, I didn't. If you ask me what high school you went to in LA, I didn't go to high school here. You know what I mean?
Where'd you go to high school at?
I went to high school, a gang of places, but I graduated high school in Tokyo, in Japan.
Damn.
Yep, that's why my little brother's name's Made in Tokyo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out Made in Tokyo, man.
Yeah.
Skirt. What would you say is one of the like biggest things you took from like Japan and Tokyo and being out there? Cause I know that gotta be a culture shock coming from America.
Fashion. They love music. Like I think they love our culture more than we love it. So it's like. I met Juicy J in Japan for the first time. I met B.O.B. in Japan for the first time. I met Luda, Scrappy in Japan for the first time. I met a lot of people, like, because the hip hop game is big over there. Like they once you can't get booked over here too much, like they over there even more than here.
You're right.
I met Kid Ink over there for the first time.
Oh, damn.
I met a lot of people.
It's crazy you can live in L.A., but then you meet all these local people overseas.
I was opening up for them in Japan. Like, you know, like it's crazy. Yeah.
Right. Now, I remember last summer, I believe, was the first time I met you. You were up here with Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah.
So what's up with that? You rolling with JD or how's that whole situation? Or he's just mentoring you kind of?
Nah. Like, I used to be signed to JD. I used to be signed like 2012 or 13. I did a record deal with him. And I was going by a different name. I used to go by Royce Rizzy, so I was going by a whole nother name, and I was signed to him, and we did a deal. And then, you know, I got out of that deal, and then I popped off as 24 hours, and JD called me like, hey, man, like, you got to jump in. I need to move with you. We need to move around, like, you know what I'm saying? So I brought him up to my meeting, and we was kind of just like, you know, he was just kind of just being the big homie. Like he was telling me, like, you know, Felly used to work for me. And, you know what I'm saying? And these people, you know, all the bosses that you talk to, like, I remember when they didn't even work in this building. Like, when I brought Crisscross to Power 106. Damn. So, like, you know, let me come up there with you because, you know what I mean? And it was cool. It was cool. Like, JD's like you know, I signed to him back in the day, and, like, I took a lot from him. And, you know, I think it kind of helped me start my own label and like what I branched to do on my own thing and sign my brother and like get our Private Club Records off the ground. So he's just like the big homie. He cool with me.
Yeah,
he cool.
I gotta imagine being around JD is like, he probably has like forgotten more stuff than people know. So I just imagine it says he's always giving game when he don't realize he's giving game just by like watching him, kind of, you know?
Yeah, like we from two different worlds. So like we'd be in the car together and I'd be talking about something totally and he just be in his phone.
What do you
like,
mean two different worlds? Like example.
We from two different worlds. JD's like, yeah, we should try to get you on Summer Jam. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I want to go Coachella. I turned down Summer Jam for Coachella. He's like, Summer Jam is the one. I'm like, well, matter of fact, forget both of them. Just get me on Fader for that South by. He's like, what?
That's right, man. I grew up on
you know,
South by
you know,
Southwest,
but like
so.
that's too different. Like, you know, it's too different.
You think it's kind of a generational thing too?
For sure.
Kind of just how you look at things and how he looks at things.
JD was in the game since he was 17. Like
since like Houdini, right?
You know what I'm saying? JD had Biggie and TLC in his living room, like sleeping at his crib. You know what I mean? So like
that's fucking crazy.
He from a different thing. But I took heed to a lot of this stuff and like, you know, if you're around anything long enough, you'll learn something, the good and the positive and the not so positive. So every situation I was in, I always took what I could take, and you know, so a lot of it has paid off. You know.
Definitely, man. So like, what are you working on music wise, project wise? I mean, I know you have some singles out here. What's the next move?
You know, I just did a new situation with Rostrum Records. I took an A&R capacity over there, so I'm an A&R.
Wow.
And we got a few projects on the table. So I got an album coming that I'm working on, and we got the single that I'm up here for now, Back Out, featuring Dom Kennedy and Ty Dolla $ign. And we're about to drop the video in a couple days. But I just always work. Like I put an album out last November. Like, you know, my House is on the Hill, and it was loaded. I had YG, Lil Pump, Moneybagg, Smoke Perp, everybody on it. I feel like I'm like one of those undercover gems. Like if you know, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's like every time somebody who's like familiar with the music, I see them mention your name, especially out of all the young cats, like their face lights up a little bit like, oh, you know 24? Like,
yeah. I feel like I got a foot in both generations.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I've done records with everybody from Young Buck to Cassidy to before Hitmaker was Hitmaker, Young
Berg.
Like we got records, you know what I'm saying? Twista.
He got hits too, by the way, Young Berg.
Jermaine Dupri. I done records with all of them, to Little Pump, Smoke Perp, YG.
Right.
The list just go on. Like,
well, see, that's what I'm saying.
So I understand. I'm from a generation of like, you know what I'm saying, the mixtapes and Dat Piff and live mixtapes, and when Trapaholics and all of this was like the biggest in the world, to like being the CEO of Private Club, where MadeInTYO blew up in a Lil Yachty, Uzi Vert, in that type of lane, but being in control of that. Like, so I understand, like, you know what I'm saying, to still be in my 20s, like I just, you know, it's been, I think my first write-up in XXL was like 2008.
Oh, okay.
So like it's like, you know, like for me it's like survival of the fittest. Like,
and that's dope too, though. And that's the beauty of like, I'm probably a couple years older than you. I'm in my 30s, but I had the same thing. So especially being in radio, like I had an older brother that schooled me to everything from like early 90s, mid 90s, Illmatics, the Raekwons, the Mobb Deeps. But you know, I kind of came of age during the 2000s era. So the Waynes, the Yeezys, Jeezy, all that. So I got a little bit of both games. So I'm able to, you know, hold it. And I could talk to you about anything 90s. I love the 90s era. Yeah. But I grew up, you know, kind of late 90s, all the 2000s and shit. So it's dope that you say that, because that's a very dope position to be in.
Yeah, I came up on Wayne, you know, Juvie, 50, Jada Kiss, Styles P, like that was like what I can really tell you about. And like, but then even the 90s stuff, like I know just because I'm a hip hop head. Right, so I get it. But then I could tell you, like, you know what I'm saying, I was in the studio with Pump when he did S Get It. Okay. So it's like, and I was like me and Gotti got like 30, like I just on all.
So let me ask you this: out of all this new era, all these new cats, like who do you fuck with? Like who are you feeling? Like you're just a fan of?
Hold on, cause I can't kid you.
I know mine right now, cause I was a big fan of X. And I thought it was tragedy how he kind of like passed away.
Right now, and this is just real, like right now I got the Baby's project in here.
Okay.
I got YG's project in here. I got Mustard's Perfect 10. I got Problems album.
Probably about to do some big things too, man. I heard some things
Offset. All Future, everything Future. I like Cowboy, and then I got Keys new stuff. I like Key, yeah. And then obviously I play all Tokyo all day, and my label, Private Club, everybody.
Right.
But, I listen to everybody. I give everybody a shot. But like I don't know, like I find myself listening to like 20 years ago most of the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just like going back, you know, when you go back and watch an old movie that you saw when you was young, and then you be like, so that's what they was talking about.
So when you go back and you dig in the crates, who do you listen to?
I'm listening to all Hove, because when I was listening to Hove, when I was coming up listening to Hove, I only knew like you know, like the poppin', the
singles,
the songs that was on TV. But then even going back listening to those and listening to the bars, I'm like, oh my God, like because I didn't understand them at that level.
Right.
And like I was listening to some Jadakiss the other day, and he said, something about a different location. The crib so big, I almost missed probation. I'm just listening to this, and I'm like, yo, he's going crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, I didn't get that when I was younger. You know what I mean?
Jadakiss said the first rapper to cook bass on a forming grill. I didn't get that line until I was about like 25. And I was like, oh shit, he's out here selling crack.
Yeah, like so it's like I go back and listen to that because like Tokyo told me he listened to my new album, and he was like, man, you like your album's so mature. And I'm like, what you mean? He like you telling all these stories, and like you just reaching that level. And I'm like, bruh, like honestly, like it's like the single Back Out. Like I knew what Back Out was. Like I knew Back Out was like, oh, I'm in the club every night. I know what it is. This is where they booking me. Like I know what they playing. So like I'm gonna adapt to the temperature. But like Back Out's not even a, you know what I'm saying? That's something for what it's for. Like if I give you some lyrical content and bring it up here, like play this, it's like, ugh, like, yeah, we would, but you know, like, yeah, you know how hard it is for us to even get this in the, you know what I mean? So it's like, I understand it. I understand where it's at, but you know, I kind of enjoy like my fan base. I enjoy like the people that come to my shows. I enjoy the people that love my music. I enjoy the fans that come up to me and be like, yo, thank you for Made in Tokyo. Like Tokyo told me, I watched the interview with Tokyo. It was like, if there was never you, it wouldn't be him. You put him on. Like I live like, and when they come up to me, they dress just like Tokyo. They look like him. Like,
did that bug you out? Because it's like probably something you
like. I just be like, that's my little man's. Like Tokyo. Tokyo's a big. He's a little brother, but he's a big dog. Like,
he's a big.
All my plaques in the room, like, it's from Tokyo. Like,
and you know, low key, he's partly responsible for ushering in this new wave. Because, like,
for sure,
you know, like, so that gotta make you feel good.
We got a picture of Tokyo performing, and Yachty's in the crowd, like, as a fan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because when I first heard the skirt ad libs, because you know, when it's new to everybody, you're like, skirt, what the fuck, skirt. But then you find yourself saying it all day. Like it was definitely, that was a time like when Uber Everywhere hit, like like I paused my career. That was when I was signed with JD. I paused my career and acted as his manager, and I saw like I put my email in his bio, and like I think in a week I picked up like 20,000 for him, and I was like, this is 20,000, and he only has like 30,000 Instagram followers or less than that. His songs are just on SoundCloud. Whew. And like I'm talking about, we going places, and like he's about to come out. Like matter of fact, there's a video, and free TK, but there's a video of TK, and he's like a little kid, like, cause he's already young. Well, he's a little kid. So
this is little like
10-year-old TK.
Yeah, like small. No, this is like Uber. What is this? 2015. If he's 18 now and it's 19, like yeah, he was probably 14, 13 or something like that. We pull him on stage, and he's like, he's screaming. We're just like, look at this little kid. Like,
also, at the time, he's just a fan.
He's just a fan.
So you didn't know the race and all that shit was going.
Yeah. We just pulled him on stage because he was like, Made in Tokyo. He just kept streaming, and Tokyo was like, calm down. And we pulled him on stage as a kid. Like he was like, you know, Tokyo's a very different individual, and like, you know, like I pushed him to do radio. I pushed him to do a lot of things where he was just comfortable with like skateboarding and fashion and being cool with Pharrell and like just like he's in this other creative space. But I knew that if we went to radio with Uber, like it would explode. And then when Kylie Jenner posts those Insta snaps saying with those Kylie Jenner lips, it's just like
out of here.
And then every Uber we got into,
did you get free Ubers off of it?
It don't matter what city we went to, and we got in the Uber, like, and we would be like, you heard us on Uber everywhere? They'll just start singing. They're like, oh, people get in my car and play it.
Skirt, skirt.
And we knew it was over then. I had paused my career to really get it. Then when Travis Scott hopped on it, it was just like, all right,
out of here, man.
We're gone. Like,
out of here.
We got to move to LA. We moved to LA, and we've been to LA since. And first week we got here, we sold out the Roxy. Then next week we did the Novo, maybe like a month later we did the Novo, then sold out Zert, and then it just kept going, and we kept building this fan base. That's why like our fan base is really unique, because all of these pieces play a part with radio and like TV and all of this, but like we have a like solid fan base that's just like been with us since the beginning, and they're like, we don't care who y'all put out or what y'all do, as long as this logo is on it, like
they're fucking with
like it. We're here for it. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful for that, because they spend the money.
And honestly, just by watching you move, because I get to see a lot of artists run in and out of here, man, from the OG motherfuckers to like the young coming up in the game, and I feel like you just move the right way, man. Like it's like you make it about the music, like you're an artist. You know, I see you running with the right people.
Yeah, I'm just here for the long haul, and you gotta pace yourself.
Right.
You gotta pace yourself, and you know, I've had big years. Like I've had, not last year, the year before when we first broke off, before I came up here with JD, my first single with Ty and Wiz, we went number 8 on Urban, and that was a big year for me. I toured with Ty. I sold my own tour out. I did a lot. Then the next year, I put out another project. We didn't tour as much. We didn't have a big radio song, but like Tokyo came in and Skateboard P went double play, you know what I mean? And like Ned Flanders went up, and like, you know what I mean? I be behind those projects too. So it's like,
did you A&R those projects?
For sure. I'm executive producer on Tokyo's last album.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. Damn, that's what's up. Yeah, there ain't no credits no more.
Yeah. You just know if you know.
Yeah.
Tokyo won't put a project out without like, what 20 hasn't heard it. Y'all tripping. Like I got to get in with him and get it together. So
is there any chance in the future we get that collab album?
For sure.
I feel like that's only right.
For sure. It's like the politics in the game are so weird, and it's like, people would try to like split me and my brother up. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy, because like, I don't know, it's like if they divide, they conquer, you know what I mean? And it's like we just label situations and things like that. It's like, oh man, like, sometimes they'll hold it back. Me and Ty Dolla $ign, Ben was supposed to drop $24, and this is my brother. You know what I mean?
Sick-ass name.
But the labels keep stuff like, oh well, we don't know about this yet. We don't.
Right.
And like me, I don't like, I let what's supposed to happen. So like me and Tokyo, that's blood. So it's like when we drop, it's gonna be big, because like he has a side to it, and then I got the business like boss side to it, so it's gonna explode.
And I mean, it gotta be something, because like, my older brother actually rapped, and he didn't take it super far, but he had a couple singles, some songs with Ninth Wonder and DJ Khalil and some people,
Tight.
But I gotta imagine, like, when you're collabing with your brother, there's a trust there that you probably can't get, especially in this industry, from other people. Yeah, man. So
it's instant. When Tokyo first dropped, we put out a project called Made in Rizzy. This is like the OG, like Uber was out, I Want was out, but Tokyo was like, yo, only Fader will post me on blogs. At this time, like, I was this trap artist, Royce Rizzy, that was getting posted on all the blogs, and I told him, I said, do a mixtape with me. Me, him, and Murder Beats did a mixtape. This, if you know, you know.
Shout out Murder Beats, yeah.
If you know, you know. We did this tape, and this tape went like, still to this day, if Tokyo plays sold out show in LA, and if we drop one of these old songs, the fans just be looking
go
like,
nuts.
Yo, what's going on? Like, they actually about to do it. So like, we did that, and we kind of put out something on SoundCloud, like a collab tape that did millions of plays too. But like, we're on each other. We're on each other's album. So like, if you check my last project, Tokyo's on it. If you check his project, Tokyo is on it. It's that way with me and Ty too. Like if you look at Ty's last project, his last 2 projects,
right.
I'm featured on it. My last 2 projects, he featured on it. So like that's kind of like a safe way to do it and like show our affiliation. You know what I mean? Our brotherhood. But yeah.
Yeah, and you make great music with these guys, and that's not gas. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so that major props on my end, man. The new single.
Yes.
Check it out. No, do we have a date on the album or no? It's just
no date on the album. But it's very musical and it's man, I got some really good producers on there. Hit Boy did some stuff.
Shout out Hit Boy, man.
Juicy J produced the joint on there. You know, like Tokyo's on there for sure. Ty's on there. It's very. I got this producer that I really like named Mike Hector who's on there. But it's definitely evolving. I'm talking about some personal things, some vulnerable things, some things that's gonna make you be like, wow, okay, he's here.
Well, you know, it's funny you say that because I'm sure you saw it yesterday. Jermaine Dupri was talking about how like female rappers, the current generation of female rappers, they need more substance in their raps. So it's crazy you use a word like that because it's like, you know, because that's what gives you the longevity though. And it's like, it's not saying like you can't rap about the strip club or doing some ratchet shit. We all like ratchet shit. I like ratchet shit. I like ratchets. I like all that shit.
Yeah, if you
want to have a long career though.
But if you really ratchet, you ratchet. You know what I'm
saying?
And
that's your truth.
You know what I'm saying? Cardi B stepped in like, nigga, this is my pussy. This is what I rap about. This is me. Like, this is no lie. And it's like, if Cardi B was to drop, like, some deep conscious, everybody might be like, man, cut this shit off. Like, we want to hear, like, Cardi with Cardi. Like, because I know when Tokyo drops something that's, like, conscious and backpack hip-hop, it's like, people are like, what is this? And he really loves that. And then when he comes back, ooh, chain on skate, everybody's like, yeah, this is what we want. And it's like, it's so up and down because it's like I can really rap. Like I feel like you could put me like I can really like 24 is this what I created. I created my own world, but like you could really put me in with the best lyric. Like I personally know.
You talking some big shit right now, 24.
Yes, I could I really do this.
You know who? You know who that is right there?
Which one?
I'm pointing to you, Day One.
I'm looking around like he pointed at it.
So Day One is the homie.
Yeah.
Not only is Day One the homie, but Day One is an amazing producer. Yeah. That we know we do a lot of shit together.
Yeah.
Hashtag Bars and Beats. You can catch that on YouTube as well. He's produced for everybody from Kendrick, Schoolboy Q, SZA, Snoop, Cube. If he puts on something, can we get it popping right now? Because you talking a big game.
Man. Look,
if not, no, I'm cool. But you just, you know what I'm saying?
This is why I'm talking a big game, because we all got Google. You can all, like, I did this. I got whole rap albums. I got rap albums that I know there's people in here that's like, yeah, that's 24. Wait, there's someone in here like, he used to go by something else. Because the knowledge isn't there to like people, like, not that it's anybody's fault.
Right.
It's just, you know, when there's lack of marketing and lack of promotion and lack of certain things, sometimes it just gets over on people. And what I'm just saying is like, for you to be a real student of hip hop, for you to be a real artist, a musician, you got to be able to do it all. And I can do it all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got 25 credits last year just writing on all these superstar albums that
talk that shit
that I ain't, you know, like when you see me come in here and it's like, well, damn, we ain't seen you on the radio. Where you think the money coming from? Like these big guys, they can't. They smoke weed and drink lean all day. They can't think of nothing sometimes. What then it's call 24 in. 24, I need a hook. And then,
now was this songwriting credits you have, or was this more a ghostwriting thing, or?
This was 20. You just sent us that song. Yeah.
But my point I'm trying to get at right now is though, is it like people you can name, you can say what projects you're involved with? Because you know sometimes it's like.
I mean, yeah, you know how it is. I ain't trying.
That's what I'm saying.
Like yeah, but like, you know, like there's it's a lot of stuff out there that is like where I got plaques on for just writing. You know what I mean? And then you're the hook guy when you do just hooks. Like it's albums that I'm on that, you know what I'm saying? I was on a G-Eazy Carnage album that they just hit me like, yeah, this is gold. I'm on Black Bear's album that's platinum. I'm on all these albums. It's just hooks that people want. Like sometimes, you know, we get a look. Like JD called me one night and was like,
Jermaine Dupri, not Dilla.
Jermaine Dupri called me one night and he like, I'm trying to figure this out. Like how you on everybody's album, how you this like popping, but like you still not popping. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, how is this possible? Like even in my head, of all the artists that I've blown up, and you've been one of the artists that I work with, you've been able to get yourself further than what I was able to get you. And it's like, there gotta be something in this game or something out there special for you, because like, you just, it's hard. It's hard being in the game 10, 12, 15 years and able to still increase your salary every year without having the #1 single, without having this. Like, you could Google 24 net worth. Like, I make more than a brain surgeon.
Woo, talk that shit, 24.
Like when you really talk about it, like, you know what I'm saying? When you really talk about, my pops was in the military for 30 years, and like his yearly salary, like it don't even make sense.
Yeah, the military don't pay too
So when you
good.
talk about, and I'm talking about admirals and like people like that, even the dude, that's what I'm talking about, brain surgery. Google how much they make a year. Like, and these niggas is fixing our brains. I'm smoking weed and going on stage taking my shirt off, like doing whatever I want to do, and still like,
You've been hanging out with Ty Dolla too much.
Making this money. I was taking my shirt off before.
Okay, talk that shit.
and it's just, I say that to say it's like, I'm the most humble person, but it's like, when you figure out the game, it's not about how popular you are, it's not about how famous you are, it's about the ownership, and it's about what
100%. Plays
you're making, and do you own your masters, and like, oh, Tokyo's this big and he's signed to me. So if I look at some of the checks I get from Tokyo and be like, damn, I don't even got to rap. Like,
real talk.
Like these are, I was with Gotti one day, and he like, dang, so you responsible for Tokyo. This Yo Gotti. He like, that mean more to me than the rap side of what you do.
Because once you're in this game, you know what it is. And you said a perfect word. You said ownership. And that's exactly what it's about, man.
That's what I mean.
Some of these rappers that are popping, if you guys don't know this, they're broke. A lot of them. A lot of them are renting.
What do you get? It's like, what do you get? Like, when you go do these publishing deals and you get all this money, but it's like, how do you keep the money at a float? How do you keep going? Like, if you're not doing shows, where is your streams coming from? Do you own businesses? Do you own like what do you got going on?
Right.
So it's like, for me, like, I make boss plays, like, and that's what it's about. Like, when people see like, damn, how you got Ty on every album? Why Ty put you on all his tours? Like, me and Ty made a business play, and I bring y'all in. Me and Ty sat down. He like, yo, I want to sign you. Like, this Ty Dolla sign. I'm like, for sure. Like, well, I mean, I've been signed to a lot of big dogs, so like, we should figure out a play. Like, boom, I'll make you executive producer on my next few albums. I'm gonna give you 10% of 24 hours. Now you just do what you do, and we do what we do. And now it's like, oh, dang, like, I see YG was on your album. I see this. I see it's all about a play. That's big up to Ty. Like, if 20 making more than Brains and he getting 10% of that, that's a whole nother mailbox money.
Right.
But with all the producers I got signed, with the artists we got signed, with the writers we got signed, and actually putting everything into them, it's like, that's how you know what I'm saying, ownership.
Right.
Owning and being a part of something, even if it's not being 100% a part of something. If it's you and 7 homies and y'all all go into something, you're going to make more money than the losses you take owning that all by yourself.
Right.
So just, you don't be greedy and come in and make something, because when it starts coming in, my manager called me like, hey, BMI check came in, hey, this came in, hey, this came in. I'm like, damn, I forgot about all that stuff.
Right.
But that's how we keep that afloat. So
it's very refreshing to hear you say what you're saying, because I feel like, even like, if other artists see this, you're like giving out some game right now. I don't know if you realize it or not, but that's real game though, man. Yeah. Ownership is important, and link up, take that 10%, do what you got to do to make a play, and just don't like blindly just try to throw shit out and see if it hits the wall.
I learned the hard way. Like, I seen a lot of money, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I done reckless stuff too, like, where I had to learn. Like, jewelry, I did it. I did those same things. Like, I had a problem where I just had to drive. Everything had to be fast and fun. And did that. I rented a crib. And,
all right, hold on.
Come on, man.
I'll tell you my story, but I got to know your story. This how we end this shit. What's the dumbest shit you did when you got the bag?
All right, I got a check maybe 2 years ago. I just did a publishing deal. Shout out to my publishing team. They probably didn't know this, but I did a deal. I checked my account. You just look in your little apps and you see your account. You be like, yeah, all right. Or you just be like, shit, I gotta chill out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody does this. Wells Fargo, Chase, it don't matter. Or you set it up where you get notifications. So when it hits lower than a certain amount, so mine.
I think mine set at like $10.
Notification. See, I said this is when you know it's good. I set my notification to if I ever go under 10,000.
Get the fuck out of here! 24 hours.
Give me an alert, right?
Mine's $10 is 10,000.
Peep this. I get the opposite notification that I guess the publishing check it hit. So I look, and it's like it's like 500,000. And I look, and I'm like, cool. I'm like, more than cool. I'm like, nah. So I gotta go and put my ATM card just to check because I ain't believing the phone. Boom, it's real. I look the next day, and like over, I think like 150, 200,000 gone. And I'm like, what is this? Woo. But like, people don't know and artists don't know when you do deals, like, okay, management needs to be paid, business management need to pay, all these people, all these percents, lawyers got to be paid, all these people got to be paid. So they just had put it all in mind, and then business accountants had took what needed to be paid. So I'm pissed, like, because I just thought I was closer to $1 million. So I'm pissed. So like, I never forget, I'm with my boy Finn and with my assistant. I'm like, go to the bank right now. Go to the bank. Went into the bank, took out 80,000 cash, and was like, y'all can't touch this. This is me. And then I went to another bank. Look, I went to another bank that had, when you're young, you got insignificant fund. Like, I went to another bank that told me I wouldn't be able to bank there anymore because, like, I let my account overdraft, something like that.
Like, fuck
went in
y'all.
there. I walked in there with this backpack, walked in there and was like, I'm here to start an account. Dude typed in, was like, well, see, unfortunately, and I was like, no, I got some real money I'm trying to start an account with. And I just wished in my bag and pulled out 80,000. And he was like, well, why didn't you say so? Took me into the private client room. We
start treating you all nice, right?
I'm telling you, and I had just put that in the account, and like, but having that 80, like, I don't keep cash on me because I've been in so many situations where that's the first way bad things happen from having a lot of, even though I see a lot of people who do got the money on them and stuff like that, me, if so happen I get robbed, they're gonna have to take a debit card, then it'll be canceled before you might as well be mad at me because you're not gonna get nothing. But then I did that, and I went and dropped on a crib in Tarzana, like I don't stay there no more, but I had like a mansion. I used to call it my Chief Keef mansion. But I had a stupid mansion over there, and I was paying like close to like 10 bands a month. I had to drop like a lot of money to get in because I was super young, and they was just like, whoa, moving in this crib. But like Shrimp stayed around the corner, Chief Keef stayed around the corner, Amber Road.
Oh, your block was popping.
I was over there, but then I did my time over there, and then like I realized like, when I calculated 14 months and how much I spent, I said, oh my God, I could have bought a house. I could have bought a house in Atlanta. I could have bought a restaurant. What am I doing? Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm not on that no more. So it's like what I moved from then to what I just grabbed in LA right now, like a little small 1-bedroom apartment. I went from a 7-bedroom, the swirly stairs, the pool, the whole thing, to now I'm in like a little 1-bedroom apartment.
That's how you got to do it, though.
And I'm just moving like so like discreet, and like I was, if you would have seen me like a year ago, you'd be like, oh yeah, 20 got the red Phantom.
I know you didn't have to be pissed.
I got the Phantom parked outside. I got the Lambo. Like I was just going crazy to where like a lot of incidents happened where I saw you could really make some money if you really take your time and you really
do it the right way,
invest, and you really do what you're supposed to do. And like I got to be a role model for people that do look up to me, for my little brothers, for you know what I'm saying, for Tokyo making probably 10 times more than what I'm making, and it's like when I see him and he like, I'm doing this and I'm doing this, and Tokyo look at me and be like, yo, you be going crazy, and I know I could go crazy, but like I be thinking like maybe I shouldn't, and I really sat and I was like, you shouldn't, bro, like
because at the end of the day that's still your little brother, and you probably still
he's so minimal. Tokyo's so minimal. The things that he spends his money on is family and making sure that everybody's good. He'll pay everybody rent if he has to. So like because he don't do things like that. So when it's time to do things that really matter, like, oh shit, we had to get up out of LA and buy 20 flights and go, like Tokyo got it. So like I commend him on that, and like me, you know, for the times that I was broke and for the times that I've been in this for a long time, the things that I wanted to do, I had to get it out of my system. Like, we went to Ben Baller. We spent that big money over there for what? You know what I'm saying?
For nothing.
It was tight, you know what I'm saying? But like, man, you could get the dude, you can get it. Come on, man. Like, as soon as you drive off the lot, as soon as you buy them diamonds, as soon as we leave, it's all depreciated.
I know you gotta get to the studio, and I gotta get my story in though. Hold on, you gotta hear my story. It'll be quick. It'll be quick.
What was the crazy
because it's
thing?
not. I didn't spend nearly as much money as you, but I did some dumb shit too. So I'm in my early 20s, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing radio in Sacramento, and to my credit, I had a pretty poppin' night show. I was a pretty well-known DJ out there.
You dig?
You probably don't know this, but I also too produce and make beats. So at the time, this is when Meta World Peace was Ron Artest, and he was a Sacramento king.
Okay.
So we struck up a friendship. This was also the time where he thought he was a rapper.
Yeah.
And Meta, you're my boy. So, I was making maybe like $60,000 a year.
Okay.
When you're 21, 22, though, you think you got a lot of money, right?
For sure.
So I'm out here producing, DJing. Ron Artest buys 2 beats off me. It's the first time I ever sold beats, and got paid for it. Like, I worked with artists prior to then, but Ron Artest pulls out a crumpled check out of his pocket, puts it on the car, flans it out, writes me a check for 10 G's. That shit clears in my bank account the next day. Guess what my dumb ass does?
What?
I go to work that Monday. This was a Friday. So I had to clear by probably clear that Monday, right? So I go to work that Monday. I quit. I say, fuck y'all. I'm a producer now. Gary, you know Patty Moreno, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Patty's still mad at me to this day. I said, Patty, I quit. I'm a producer now. Like, I ain't trying to be here in Sacramento. Fuck this shit. So I moved.
For 10 banjos.
And I thought I was rich, though. I thought I was rich.
Oh, God.
So the first thing I do is I move back to Southern California. I get an apartment on the beach on Ocean Avenue.
Wow.
And I was living life for maybe 2 months. I go to Vegas for New Year's Eve. I'm out here living. So, just spending money. 2 months later, I'm broke. I got to go back to work again. Shout out to the homie Fadi. They hired me.
The worst feeling in the world is watching money depreciate.
Yes. Well, I thought people were going to buy more beats.
For sure.
I said, I just sold 2 beats to fucking Ron Artest. I didn't know, I'm out here like Ron Artest.
My first check, just to bounce off that, the first check I ever got was from Jermaine Dupri. The check was to do a deal, and I think my advance was like $30,000. And I was like, $30,000, all right, cool. Took the I got a check in the mail, like a physical check. It said, it was to me. I took it to the bank, and the bank was a City National Bank. I didn't know what this was at the time.
Right.
I was like, I'll just deposit. I'll make an account. Here's $30,000. I got $30,000. They were like, well, to open up one of these accounts, you have to have about this amount in it at all times. I think it was maybe like 10 or something.
Oh, they were trying to run game.
I was like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
Just cash me out. It cashed me out like big zip thing. I took that money. I went to the dealership. 30 bands. Went to the dealership, kept it in my backpack. No driver's license. Went to the dealership, was like, I like that car. The dude was like, well, that's a pretty expensive car, man. I think it was only like 40-something thousand.
Oh, you was probably like,
nah, I didn't. You know what's crazy? I was like, man, it is, man. I'm gonna get my L's. Like, can I buy that car if I ain't got no L's?
They do not care.
He was like, if you got the money, or we could run your credit, see what type of da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh man, why don't you? I drove off the car had the car had like 7 miles on it.
Damn.
Like the car was a brand new Dodge. Like I ended up getting a truck, and I felt like a dumbass. Like, what are you doing?
You don't know.
You just bought this fucking car you could have put $1,000 down.
Well, I did the same thing with the BMW and a Mercedes.
I felt like 50 when he went and bought the Benz and Richard Dye. He was just looking and he bought the car. I didn't know that you could put $1,000 and get it paid monthly, and then I could have went and bought other things.
And real quick, I'm glad you brought this up, and we're gonna wrap it up. But that is the difference between a liability and an asset. Kids out there, you never want to put up that much dough for a liability. A car loses value. You only want to put up that much dough when you're purchasing an asset, like a home, property, stocks. In my case, Bitcoin, shit like that. So you giving us game this whole interview, man.
Yo, man, I just thank y'all for having me. To anybody listening, this is it's a blessing, to be in the position that I'm in. And, in somebody's eyes, I'm in the best situation in the world. In somebody's eyes, man, 28, whatever it is, to me, I pray to God every day for the position I'm in. I pray for my family, and I just work hard, man, and continue to strive and push at what I'm doing. And every time I see you always give me the energy while we even here. Every time I see this man, he gives me the energy I am happy to see you. Like, it is good to see you. Some people see you and walk right by you and be like, oh, my brother, what's up? Good to see you, and keep walking. Like, he makes it his business to stop, ask me how Tokyo is, ask me how my family is. So today, like, I'm supposed to be somewhere. I'm like, I want to be here.
Right.
with,
and
with
it's
you.
appreciated, man.
And it's
like for real.
It's family, because like we go from here. How you was in Sacramento, you're here now.
Right.
In 15 years, I might not be doing this, and I might be doing something else where we need each other for something. And it's like, that's just how family and friendships and it all grows. So thank y'all for having me.
Nah, man, and like I always say, man, that door is open anytime, and you know that. But
yes, sir.
For real,
yes,
for
sir.
real.
It's new artists. It's new, shout out to Rostrum. Shout out my team, Private Cut Records. And yeah, man, holla at me, man.
Hey, 24 hours, 935 K-Day.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Thank you, brother. You gave us some real dope shit.